We are very grateful with the presence of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda. Thank you, Your Excellency, for gracing this occasion of the official opening of the 27th Annual General Meeting of the World Academy of Sciences. I would like to extend our sincere thanks to the management of TWAS for choosing Rwanda as the venue for this 27th Annual General Meeting. We are delighted to host such an important event, which will provide a forum to showcase scientific excellence in the development world. Thank you, Professor Chunri Bai, President of both TWAS and the Chinese Academy of Science, and Professor Mohammed Hassan, Executive Secretary of TWAS, for co-organizing this event with the government of Rwanda. I once again acknowledge the presence of the TWAS members and fellows, government delegates, academies of sciences, and research institutions representing a total of more than 52 countries. I'm delighted that you are able to support and participate in this important event. I welcome the family members of the participants and the prize winners who have traveled to join the ceremony. Your presence is most appreciated. I also acknowledge the many Rwandan scientists who have been selected to participate in this meeting. I know that there are many opportunities to be gained from a strong collaboration with TWAS and the networks of the Academies of Sciences, and I trust that you will truly benefit from the interactions with the many esteemed scientists gathered here from around the developing world. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this 27th TWAS General Meeting will review research successes and the powerful ideas that shape science in the developing world. I note that the meeting will include the ministerial session on innovation for sustainability, symposia on topics such as facing global epidemics, eyes and ears on the universe using radio wave and gravitational wave astronomy, invited lecturers on social sciences, science for more just world, medal lectures on a range of topical issues, and presentation by TWAS young affiliates. In addition, there will be a session devoted to science in Rwanda, which will feature presentations by our young scientists focusing on research that will help address many of the challenges facing our country. Once again, I'm delighted to welcome you to this conference. I hope that in addition to us meeting, you will be able to stay longer and savor the beauty and many attractions of Rwanda. I thank you for your kind attention.
Honorable Minister, thank you very much for your warm welcome. I'm glad now to introduce Professor Bai Chunli, the President of the World Academy of Sciences, to deliver his speech.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Rwanda, esteemed Minister of the Education, Dr. Musafiri, honorable ministers from Uganda, Tanzania, distinguished representatives of the government of Italy and from Unesco, respected colleagues, dear ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 27th TWAS General Meeting in Kigali, Rwanda. Convening in this nation marks a profound occasion for TWAS, and we are honored and humbled by the generosity and warm welcome shown to us by the President's Office, the Ministry of Education, and indeed so many people who have had a part in organizing this meeting. I say it is a profound occasion. 22 years ago, in 1994, genocide against the Tutsi people left perhaps 1 million Rwandans died. The nation was shattered, so too were its institutions and science and education. Schools were badly damaged, equipment was destroyed, teachers and professors were forced to flee, and many were killed. Our meeting this week in Kigali is a testament to the vision of the President Kagame and to the energy of thousands of people who have been working to rebuild the country. It is a testament to the resilience of the Rwandan people. Throughout the history of the TWAS, we have been committed to science for sustainable development. We know that science and technology help developing countries to address human challenges and build more prosperous communities. Rarely in history has science been summoned to address such challenges as Rwanda has faced. And yet, here we see a nation that embodies the TWAS ideal. It invests in science and science education. It is building South and North partnerships. It knows the importance of the basic science, but it uses applied science to meet human needs and drive economic growth. Now we are very pleased that Rwanda is establishing its own Academy of Sciences several days ago. This will be vitally important in setting standards of research excellence, supporting young scientists and connecting Rwanda to global science networks. Rwanda continues to face challenges. Many of us in this room know similar challenges in our own countries. But Rwanda has become a beacon of the hope in Africa, and it is sustained dedication to science, technology, conservation, and innovation should be known throughout the world. TWAS last met in Africa in year 2009 in Durban, South Africa. The years since have been a time of growth and progress, a time of optimism, a time of excitement. Clearly, Africa is rich in resources and rich in potential. African farmers and researchers are pioneering new methods of farming and food production. Africans are sending satellites into orbit. The square kilometers array being built in South Africa will have influence on science and engineering across much of the continent. Increasingly, African research institutions and policymakers are focused on the potential of the big data revolution. African women are providing bold new leadership in research. School enrollment is soaring, and many nations are investing in new universities. Cell phones in Africa are putting technology and knowledge in hands of the people. Nearly 400 million Africans are cell phone subscribers. In Nigeria and South Africa, the rate of cell phone ownerships is the same as in the United States. Today, just over 20% of Africans have mobile broadband connections, but by 2020, that number will approach about 60%. The phones are providing direct human benefit in health care, agriculture, and the other fields. All of these developments are cause for optimism, but we must keep in mind significant needs remain. Some estimates say that over the coming decades, Africa will need 1 million new scientists, engineers, and technicians. They will be needed to reach clean energy and health care, to address climate change and protect ecosystems, to build safe buildings and strong bridges, and to teach and train new generations and scientists and engineers. Education is a challenge here too, but Rwanda is achieving success that should be studied throughout the developing world. It has the highest rate of primary school enrollment in Africa, just a few points shy of 100%. At the time of the genocide, it had perhaps about 50,000 students in secondary school. Today, that number has grown tenfold, and the sciences are by far the most popular field of the study. Before the genocide, there were about 3,000 Rwandans enrolled in universities. In 2015, the number passed 86,000. Carnegie Mellon University, a highly respected institution in the United States, has opened a master's degree program in Rwanda, focused on the science for innovation and communication technology. Our colleagues and friends at the Abdus Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics in Trieste, Italy, have opened a UNESCO Category 2 institute in Kigali, the East African Institute of Fundamental Research. China has long worked with Rwanda on agricultural training, and this summer, the Chinese Academy of Sciences met with the Ministry of Education and the others in Rwanda about working together to build Rwanda's capacity in water resources management. A seminar between scientists from Chinese Academy of Sciences and Rwanda scientists are to be launched in these few days, focusing on sustainable environment and natural resources management. Xinjiang Institute of Ecology and Geography, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and University of the Lay Adventist of Kigali, UNILAC, are jointly setting up an East Africa Research Center for Natural Resources and the Environment. These projects remind us that in Rwanda and in Africa, partnerships are essential for progress, both South-North and South-South partnerships. Educating and training young scientists, building global science networks. These are areas of strength for TWAS and its partner organizations. Globally, TWAS, nearly 1,200 members, about 100 in Sub-Saharan Africa. We have close partnerships with the Academy of Science of South Africa, the African Academy of Sciences, the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology, among others. We offer fellowships that fully fund PhD studies and postdoctoral research at major science institutions in the South. TWAS and organizations for women in science for developing world currently have more than 1,000 PhD students studying under our programs, many of them from Africa. Our networks cover the globe. The government of Italy, the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, the Kuwait Foundation for Advancement of Sciences, this and the other partners have provided support for our work across many years. Our new TWAS Young Fellows Network, backed by Lenovo, will assure that the voices of the promising African scientists will be heard. Since the Academy's earlier days, TWAS has been the leading advocate for science in Sub-Saharan Africa. At this meeting, we celebrate the history of the successes we have accomplished together. But we also come here to consider the work ahead. There is so much more to do in Rwanda, in Africa, and throughout the developing world. This is why Sub-Saharan Africa and other small developing nations look to Rwanda for leadership and inspiration. President Kagame knows the importance of the investment, partnerships, and long-term commitment. Rwanda knows that young people are the key to future progress. And we're pleased to see so many young Rwandans joining us in this meeting. Abdul Salam, the founder of the TWAS, was also deeply committed to nurturing young scientists. In 1979, just a few years before TWAS was born, Salam won the Nobel Prize in Physics. In a brief speech at a Nobel banquet, he said, "Let's strive to provide equal opportunities to all so that they can engage in the creation of physics and science for the benefit of all mankind." November 21st, next Monday, marks the 20th anniversary of the Salam's death. I'm certain that he would approve of our work here in Kigali. He would be proud of the Rwanda and proud of the TWAS roles in African progress. He would be proud of the many nations that are advancing science and education for a more prosperous and peaceful world. President Kagame, dear colleagues from Rwanda and around the world, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Bai. Thank you so much. I now invite to the podium Dr. Claire Linga, a friend of both TWAS and Rwanda. Dr. Linga is a research advisor to the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA. We are glad to have you back, Dr. Linga.
Your Excellence, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, fellow scientists, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here at the 27th General Meeting of TWAS, and it's an honor to be invited to say a few words on behalf of the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA. SIDA has been a proud supporter of TWAS since 1991. We share an understanding of the importance of supporting the basic sciences and of building research capacity in low and middle income countries. In much of sub-Saharan Africa, investment in science and technology is less than 0.5% of GDP, and many countries lack a national mechanism for funding research projects. TWAS has a critical role to play here. Including more women in research in science and technology is important from a rights perspective, but it's also important to use the full potential of the population. It makes economic sense. A recent study by the Inter-Academy Partnership at TWAS showed that national science academies on average have a share of women of 12%, often as low as 5 or 6% in engineering and mathematics. Clearly, more work needs to be done here, and we commend the efforts of TWAS in trying to address the gender balance in the academy. One impediment is the number of women in the nomination pool for membership. Here, the Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World, OST, has a critical role to play. OST supports women by providing PhD fellowships as well as leadership training, mentoring, and networking opportunities. Also hosted by TWAS is Gender Insight, an initiative to influence policymakers on the importance of applying a gender lens in science. For me personally, Rwanda is a very special place. I came here in 2002 and spent 2 years as a lecturer in physics at the National University of Rwanda. The university had been closed for a few years, it had been looted, and it was very much a building up phase for the university. There were few resources. I was taken by the spirit and the progressiveness at the university. It was a university with its aims set high and with a vision of how it could transform itself. I left Rwanda with a love for this beautiful country and with an understanding of what it's like to work at a university in a developing country, exactly the type of conditions that TWAS aims to address. I now work at SIDA, where research capacity is a main focus. SIDA's bilateral research program aims at institutional capacity buildings at universities that aspire to be research-led. An example of this is our collaboration with the University of Rwanda. SIDA recognizes the need for research capacity strengthening through regional and international organizations such as TWAS. Through TWAS, we support the Research Grants Program, supporting individual scientists and research groups in providing funding for equipment, consumables, and scientific literature. CEDA also funds the regional conferences for young scientists, which are organized to bring together scientists from developing countries. A few years, TWAS launched the exciting Science Diplomacy Program. By linking scientists and diplomacy and policymakers, science can be integrated into the policy diplomacy area. The need to include scientists from low-income countries, particularly from sub-Saharan Africa in TWAS, needs to be emphasized. Without the collective effort of scientists and governments involving researchers from all countries, we will not be able to address the Sustainable Development Goals. And we need to bear in mind that many of the global challenges risk to affect low and middle income countries disproportionately. The collaboration between TWAS and CEDA, which has now been going on for 25 years, remains as relevant as ever, with the role that knowledge and research has in addressing the SDGs. Coming back more than 10 years later to what's now the University of Rwanda, I see a university that's transformed. I see what's possible when a university, funders, and the government work in the same direction. The government of Rwanda should be commended for their commitment to science and technology, and CEDA would like to express our thanks to them for hosting this conference. It's a great pleasure to participate in the meeting, and judging by the program, I think we've got some very exciting days ahead of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Linga. Appreciate what you do. And now, I would like to invite Dr. Stefano Salmaso, Secretary of Legation, Diplomat in Italy's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Honorable Ministers, Professor Bay, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure for me to be here today on the behalf of the Italian government for this 27th General Meeting of TWAS. First of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the Rwandese Ministry of Education for hosting this important event, and to gather many distinguished scientists in this very room. Science can really tackle the world's most pressing challenges, and I think this week will be a proof of that. Let me also express my appreciation for the TWAS organization and the activities undertaken by the Academy. Italy considers TWAS as a virtuous organization, and we will continue ensuring our support as a hosting state, and despite the current financial constraints in public funding, we will continue to support and finance TWAS. We think that TWAS, since its founding in 1983, has proved to be a very dynamic and effective organization, and has ensured a support to young scientists from developing and emerging countries, letting them exchange experiences and develop their skills and competencies in line with the mandate of the Academy of promotion of scientific excellence in capacity in the South for science-based sustainable development, and thus reducing, if not removing, the existing gaps between the South and the most advanced countries. TWAS has contributed to train new generation of researchers, and today and throughout the week we will have the opportunity to listen and see many of their presentations and lectures, and I'm very curious about that too. This is certainly an example of effective science diplomacy, and a virtuous model, a benchmark to be followed in the future. Today, the need for science diplomacy is growing, and it is a pillar for the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs to invest in science and technology. We are confident that TWAS will also will improve by the Trieste Scientific Hub, where it is located now, thanks to the presence also of the ICTP, the International Center of Theoretical Physics, and the ICGEB, Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology. I think that the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has accompanied this growth of TWAS and science diplomacy, also thanks to close ties with the UN, United Nations system. And I would like to thank the representative here, also Mrs. Lida, that just spoke on behalf of the Organization for Women in Science for the Developing World. What I truly believe is that science, technology, and innovation are essential enablers and drivers for the achievement of sustainable and equitable development. In turn, they can foster the real economic, sustainable economic growth, which has social inclusion, that can create jobs, that can eliminate poverty, and then can access information and knowledge to people, because we just want a more fair and a more just world. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for having me here, and I wish every success to this general meeting.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salmaso. Please join me in giving a final round of applause to express our appreciation for the work of these important leaders in science and diplomacy. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, one of the major objectives of TWAS is to support and encourage scientists working and living in developing countries by honoring excellence in research. To fulfill this objective, TWAS offers a number of honors to recognize and reward scientists for their accomplishments. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our praise and award-giving ceremony. I would like to invite the Honorable Minister of Education and the President of TWAS to come to the stage. Each year, the Academy awards TWAS Prize to individual scientists from developing countries who have made outstanding contributions to scientific knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, we now transition into that important part of this ceremony. The prize, the 2015 TWAS Prize in Agriculture Sciences, is shared by two scientists. Professor Jagdish Ladha from India. And Professor Li Fengmin from China. Congratulations. The 2015 TWAS Prize in Biology is awarded to Professor Maria Isabella Colombo from Argentina. Congratulations, Professor Colombo. The TWAS 2015 Prize in Chemistry is shared by Professor Xu Pai Tan from Taiwan, China, and Professor Tessie Maria Lopez Guerne from Mexico. Unfortunately, due to health problems, the winners could not travel to receive their prizes. I'm pleased, therefore, to request Professor Al Kinde, Chair of the TWAS Chemistry Committee, to receive the prize on behalf of Professor Chow. I'm also pleased to welcome on stage Professor Orozco to come and receive the prize on behalf of Professor Lopez Guerne. Congratulations. I'm pleased to announce that the 2015 TWAS Prize in Earth Sciences is awarded to Professor Piao Shilong from China. The TWAS 2015 Prize in Engineering Sciences is awarded to Professor Ramamuti Upadrasta from India. Thank you, congratulations. The 2015 TWAS Prize in Mathematics is awarded to Professor Alicia Dickenstein from Argentina. Thank you. The TWAS 2015 Prize in Medical Sciences is shared between Professor Jane Li from China Thank you. And Professor Alcid from Argentina. Unfortunately, Professor Aziz is not here with us today. I'm pleased to request Dr. Eben to receive the prize on his behalf. Yep. Thank you. Congratulations. In the fields of physics, the 2015 TWAS Prize is shared between Professor Sandeep Trivedi from India. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. Congratulations again. And Professor Zhou Sheng from China. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to award several prizes named after highly accomplished and influential researchers and science leaders from the developing world. With funding from the Brazilian government, the TWAS Celso Furtado Prize recognizes social science and its importance to development. The 2015 TWAS Celso Furtado Prize is shared by Professor Ayaz Bugra from Turkey, Thank you. And Professor Zheng Xiao from China. Thank you. Our next prize is named after one of the world's most eminent scientists, TWAS founding fellow and former President CNR Rao. The winner of the 2016 CNR Rao is Professor Mahutun Norbert Hanknu from Benin. Congratulations, sir. This award is given to him for his incisive work on non-commutative and non-linear mathematics and his contributions to world-class mathematics education. Congratulations, sir. Our next prize is sponsored by the Dawood Foundations and is named after Atta-ur-Rahman for a pioneering research and deeply influential advocate of science and science education in the South. The winner of the 2015 Atta-ur-Rahman Prize is Professor B.J. Singh from Nepal. This is awarded for his outstanding research on polemic biomaterials for drug, gene, and vaccine delivery. Congratulations, sir. Our next prize, ladies and gentlemen, is the newest prize named for TWAS fellow Faisal M. Al-Karafi of Kuwait, and it recognizes women scientists from science-lagging countries. The first winner of the Faisal M. Karafi Prize is Dr. Marian Asantewa Nkansa from Ghana. She is awarded this prize for outstanding research on environmental heavy metals, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, and her inspiring commitment to teaching. Congratulations. On the occasion of our meeting today here in Kigali, ladies and gentlemen, the TWAS Regional Office for Sub-Saharan Africa is awarding a prize for building scientific institutions. The winner of this year's award is Professor Glenda Gray of South Africa. Congratulations. Thank you, Honorable Minister, and thank you, Professor Bai. As we move into the next stage of our award ceremony, I would request that Professor Bai remains on stage and the Honorable Minister takes his seat. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the TWAS Medal Lectures are awarded by the Academy's Council to recognize outstanding achievements by TWAS Fellows. This year's prominent Rwandan scientist will also be honored. The TWAS Lenovo Science Prize is highly prestigious international honor given to researchers from the South who have reached the apex of scientific accomplishments. The prize is instituted through a partnership with Lenovo, the global leader in consumer, commercial, and enterprise technology, and the largest PC company in the world. Let us give them a round of applause, please. It's now my distinct honor to invite His Excellency, President Paul Kagame, to please join Professor Bai on stage. They will award the recipients of the TWAS Medal and the winner of the TWAS Lenovo Prize. This year, TWAS has selected 3 outstanding researchers. Your Excellency, join the podium. Thank you. This year, TWAS has selected 3 outstanding researchers and science leaders for the TWAS medal. And these are Professor Samira Omar Assem from Kuwait. Congratulations. Professor Dan Frankel from the United Kingdom. Thank you. Congratulations. Professor Jean Bosco Gahutu from Rwanda. We've now come to a high point in today's ceremony, and this is the awarding of the 2016 TWAS Lenovo Science Prize. The winner of this prize is Professor Zhao Dongguang from China. Professor Zhao is awarded this prize for his pioneering research in material science, including development of advanced mesoporous materials that have enormously important applications in the efficiency, in energy efficiency, clean water, and healthcare. The TWAS Lenovo Science Prize also comes with an award of $100,000 US, generously contributed by Lenovo. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite TWAS Secretary General Ajay Kaisud of India to come to the podium.
Your Excellency, the opening of the yearly general meeting is always a very significant occasion for TWAS. Today we are honored by your presence, and we are deeply grateful for the patronage and kindness you have shown to our Academy. As a token of our gratefulness and our friendship, we would like to present to you this humble gift with our sincere thanks. The citation on the medal reads, "For embracing science, technology, and innovation for sustainable development in Rwanda and Africa." Your Excellency, it's my distinct honor to invite you to deliver your remarks.
Excellencies, Professor Bai Chinli, President of the World Academy of Sciences, honorable ministers from our brother neighboring countries, Uganda, Tanzania, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, scientists and prize winners, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to Rwanda It's a great pleasure to join you today to open this important meeting, bringing together scientists, engineers from around the world as well. Let me start by thanking you for the medal that has been awarded. It honors all Rwandans whose hard work got our country to where it is today. Allow me to also congratulate the prize winners just announced for their outstanding contributions to science. Your work will certainly make lives better. Throughout history, humankind has relied on science to find practical solutions to its challenges. In the developing world in particular, science plays a critical role in our socio-economic transformation by helping to narrow the gap between us and the more developed regions. This is what has driven Rwanda's focus on science and technology over the last 2 decades, even when some might have thought that we had more important things to worry about. The focus has always been about opening up to the wider world and finding a pathway to understand our situation, identify the best tools available to us, and then use that knowledge to reach our full potential. For any country, achieving a comprehensive vision while also getting into a position to contribute to global solutions depends on several factors. First is investment in the necessary institutional and academic infrastructure, as well as in the people who ultimately are both the drivers and consumers of scientific work. Second is collaboration and partnership, both among scientists and between policy makers and researchers. The World Academy of Science is an excellent example of collaboration at both levels, as well as a clear demonstration of the power and relevance of increased South-South cooperation. The third factor is research. Strengthening scientific research capacity has never been more urgent, particularly on our continent, where it can have a transformational impact on the pace and quality of development. In Rwanda, we want to do our part. This is why we have established the Rwanda Academy of Science to promote and support the role of science in sustainable development and to provide evidence-based solutions to leaders at all levels. We greatly value the partnerships our country enjoys in various fields to strengthen our national and regional knowledge systems and find innovative solutions to the challenges and opportunities that we all face. Rwanda is honored to host several important centers of excellence, among them the regional UNESCO Abdul Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics. A few years ago, our government invited Carnegie Mellon University to provide graduate education in information and communication technologies because of its strong tradition of research and scholarship. Today, CMU Rwanda forms the core of our Kigali Innovation City. We have also partnered with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to create a world-class global climate observatory. Other centers of excellence have been established in fields as diverse as biomedical engineering and e-health, the Internet of Things, energy for sustainable development, data sciences, and innovative math and science teaching. Rwanda will continue to provide an enabling environment and the support required for the success of these partnerships. There is still a lot of work to be done on our continent and beyond. Investment in research and development in Africa and other developing areas is still too low. In most countries, less than 1 in 3 scientific researchers are women. Our continent urgently needs to produce many more scientists and engineers generally. That's why the Partnership in Applied Science, Engineering and Technology initiative to train 10,000 PhD-level researchers and multiply the number of applied science, engineering, and technology students is absolutely critical. We recognize that doing this requires significant resources. Governments must do our part while making it attractive for private sector to get involved and as a beneficiary of innovation ecosystems. The transformative power of science is known, and we must harness it to serve our ambitious goals for sustainable development and prosperity. But science has another, less visible, but no less valuable dividend. The scientific mindset makes us better people in both conception and utilization. Scientific work is blind to divisions or prejudices that only hinder further progress for everybody. Our common dignity as human beings matters, and no one can be left out of the scientific enterprise. Before I end my remarks, I want to thank the partnership between all of us and the governments of Sweden and Italy, represented here by the previous speakers as well. Once again, we are very happy to host the World Academy of Sciences, and thank you for choosing to meet here in Rwanda. I wish you productive deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you. Distinguished guests, please join me once again in thanking His Excellency for this kind support of this meeting. And please, once again, join me again to offer a round of applause for the award winners of today. Your Excellency, the men and women who have been honored today represent an extraordinary commitment to excellence in research. And very often, their work has direct benefits for the lives of people in the developing world. We owe them sincere gratitude. On a final note, I'm delighted to announce that the TWAS Prize winner, Li Fengmin from China, has asked TWAS to donate his prize money in support of promising young scientists from Rwanda. Professor Li, sincere thanks for your generosity. Distinguished guests, we have now reached the end of the opening ceremony of the TWAS 2016 General Meeting. But we stand at the beginning of an important scientific meeting that brings together some of the world's leading scientists and science leaders, representing more than 50 nations. I have no doubt that this will lead to a deepening partnership between the Academy and Rwanda. Thank you all very much. I invite you to remain in the room as His Excellency and Professor Bai leave the room to join the award winners for a group photo. The protocol is going to lead you to the venue for the photo. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Murakoze cyane. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you sincerely for getting us started in an excellent manner. We are now going to allow just a few minutes for the group photos outside. Then when the award winners and the council members return, we'll take a brief refreshment. It won't be long, so we may need to stay around and maintain some order. After the break, we will have a special message from Flavia Schergel, Assistant Director General for Natural Sciences at UNESCO. That will be followed by a special lecture by TWAS founding member and former President CNR Rao from India. We're going to be going out for a short break in a while. Thank you once again. Thank you.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
rero nyine nk'uko twabasezeranije ko dukomeza kubana namwe kuri televiziyo Rwanda tubakurikiranira umuhango wo gufungura ku mugaragaro iyi nama y'ikigo mpuzamahanga giteza imbere ubumenyi n'ubushakashatsi. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika rero akaba amaze gufungura ku mugaragaro iyi nama y'iki kigo mpuzamahanga aricyo The World Academy of Sciences. Nk'uko rero twakomeje kuhababera mu rwego rwo kurushaho gusobanukirwa byinshi bitandukanye kuri iyi nama, kuri iki kigo ndetse n'umumaro gifitiye igihugu cyacu, televiziyo Rwanda yifuje kugira ngo turusheho kubisobanukirwa. Twumvise mu ijambo Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika yavuze ndetse n'abayobozi bakuru b'iki kigo bavuga ko impamvu bahisemo kuza mu Rwanda ni ubuyobozi bwiza, ni imiyoborere myiza ya Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika Paul Kagame ndetse n'uburyo arushaho guteza imbere ikoranabuhanga n'ubumenyi muri rusange. Twifuje rero nyine kumva, twumvise byinshi, hari ama university ateza imbere technology cyangwa se ubushakashatsi n'ubumenyi muri rusange, ariko iyi nama kuba tuyakiriye ni inama ya 27 y'iki kigo, isanze duhagaze gute mu bijyanye n'ikoranabuhanga n'ubumenyi?
Uko duhagaze urebye naho tuvuye ntabwo ari bibi, ariko nkuko navugaga kare twe kubanyira mu guhashashe ngo ni byiza, dushake hari n'ibindi birenze ibyo, kubera kubona tugeze mu gihe gito kandi noneho dufite n'abantu basobanukiwe bafite inyota yo kumenya ibyiza, na Nyakubahwa His Excellency adushakira amayira, twifuriza n'ibyiza, ni ukuvuga ngo imbere na hacu nkuko mwabonye n'umubyeyi yavuze, adushakira hirya no hino inzira z'uko twazamura ubumenyi n'ubushakashatsi kugira ngo tugere ku majyambere arambye. Kandi ikindi nakunze namwe mwirebe ngo nyiramaso yerekwa bikibindi akaba yabyiboneye, waboneye urubyiruko rurimo bitwa professor ubundi n'ibintu bitashobokaga, mwabonye abagore n'abakobwa barimo ubundi bitashobokaga. Ubundi biroroshye kugira ngo wigishe umuntu umwereka urugero, abantu batubereye urugero tutakwemeye tutabyiboneye. Kubonera bibereye u Rwanda, bibere urugero rwiza abanyarwanda ko waba uri ufite ubana n'ubumuga, waba ukuze, waba uri na muto, nta cyakubuza gutera imbere. Kuba dufite n'ubuyobozi noneho budutera inkunga, budushishikaza, ni urugero rwiza. Tukabishimira Nyakubahwa His Excellency wabonye ko tutazabisoma cyangwa tubire ku internet, abyirebera ahangaha abanyarwanda birebera ubwabo. Ngo nyiramaso yerekwa byinshi ubwo twabonye.
Okay, hanyuma mu bihembo byatanzwe kuko hari abantu bagiye bakora ibikorwa by'indashyikirwa birimo ubushakashatsi, kandi nk'uko Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika yabivuze avuga ati imirimo mwakoze, buriya bushakashatsi mwakoze buzarushaho gutuma ubuzima burushaho kugenda neza. Mu bantu bahembwe ntago hagaragayemo umubare ushimishije w'abagore. Ese mu Rwanda ho byibuze wenda mu bijyanye wenda n'abakurikirana amasomo y'ubumenyi, abakora ubushakashatsi n'ibindi, twavuga yuko duhagaze gute mu bijyanye na gender, kuko mu bahawe ibihembo ho twabonye ari bakeya?
Abagore yego utekereje ku isi ahubwo abantu bari bavuze ngo umunsi abagore babyihariye, kubera noneho nk'uko harebye ubu ntabwo ari kubyagirwa biba, ariko ni ukugira ngo nabo barakangutse. Urugero rwiza nakubwira, ibiduha icyizere mu bana abakobwa b'abanyarwandakazi, n'abakobwa gusa n'abagore, kubera barahagurutse ho babonye ko babashishikariza kwiga ubumenyi n'ikoranabuhanga. Uzareba mu rubyiruko ni benshi pe, imishinga hirya no hino bagenda bakora guhanga udushya, harimo abakobwa benshi n'abagore benshi. Bivuga yuko noneho basobanukiwe yuko ubumenyi ikoranabuhanga ntabwo bahejwe namba. Kandi ikinezeza kuruta guhanga udushya dusigaye dukorwa mu Rwanda, urasanga bakora nk'ibyo dukunda kuvuga u Rwanda home grown solution. Barahanga imishinga ibisubiza ibibazo dufite by'amazi, ibibazo by'umuriro, by'ingufu, ibibazo by'imirire, kubera bakangukiye no gushaka ibisubizo by'ibibazo bitubangamiye, ko ari byiza rero. Muri benshi rero harimo urubyiruko n'abakobwa, ariko ntabwo tugiye kwibagirwa n'abasaza babo, nabo ntibicare ngo abakobwa baje mu bahinzira. Oya, competition ikomeze, kubera iyo mutangiye kujya impaka musiganwa byinshi birahangwa, kubera muba mufungutse. Habikurikiza noneho cyane cyane kigiye kudufasha no kuzahanga n'utundi dushya, ni curriculum yitwa competence based ikoranabuhanga.
Reka wenda tugenda tugana ku musozo. Iyi nama igiye kumara iminsi 4, izarangira ku itariki ya 17, iraza gusigira iki gihugu cyacu.
Byari byinshi ngira ngo bimwe babyumvise bavuze ho gugisigaye abantu nibaze batubaze tubasobanurire byinshi bihari mushonje muhishiwe.
Murakoze cyane. Uyu rero akaba yari Dr Christine Gasinzigwa, akaba ari umuyobozi muri Minisiteri y'Uburezi, akaba rero ashinzwe guteza imbere ikoranabuhanga n'ubushakashatsi. Ni byinshi rero umuntu yavuga. Mwe mwese twakomeje kubana kuri televiziyo Rwanda, twabakurikiraniraga iyi nama. Ni inama itangiye kuri itariki ya 14 ikazasozwa ku itariki ya 17. Rero umuntu yavuga ngo reka twifurize abazagira uruhare muri iyi nama, tubifurize imirimo myiza. Hanyuma rero nanone n'abanyarwanda muri rusange, nkuko Dr Christine yari arimo kubivuga ati nyiramaso yerekwa bikibindi akirebera. Nababwira iki rero, nkuko rero twakomeje kumva yuko urubyiruko turarufite rurimo kwiga iby'ubumenyi n'ikoranabuhanga, twavuga ngo courage. Ibi bihembo noneho ntituzabona umunyarwanda umwe, dore ko twabonyemo umunyarwanda umwe. Ubutaha tuzabonemo abanyarwanda benshi kandi bakoze ubushakashatsi bakavumbura ibintu bifitiye umumaro umuryango muri rusange. Reka dukomeze kubashimira kandi dukomeza kwifuriza kurushaho kunogerwa na gahunda zose televiziyo Rwanda yabateguriye.